All right, so here we go. The top 3 times 4i is 12i. Negative 6 times 4 is negative 24i squared. All right, Matthew, what's that I squared equal to? Let's see. Yeah, because look, I squared is negative 1. So basically what you got is a negative times a negative. So your top is 12i plus 24. Everybody good there? All right, I'll leave your I squared on the board for you. The bottom, if you multiply, is negative 16i squared. Again, what does I squared do to negative 16? Makes it positive 16. All right, so when you complete the problem, look at it. Some of the problems you'll be able to simplify it further. What do I mean by that? What can I divide all 3 of these numbers by? 4, so divide them by 4 and you're done. So I got 3i plus 6 over 4. All right, anybody have a question on number 5? All right, number 6, exactly like number 5. You guys should be able to do it. What's our conjugate going to be that we have to multiply both sides by on number 6? Positive 5i. Good. So I got 5i times 5i. Let's give y'all a chance to do it from there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember you can't have an I on the bottom. That's why you have to multiply both sides by the conjugate. I wouldn't recommend that.
Can we type these in the calculator?
Okay. Yes, you can. So this will be the last day we're using these calculators.
Are you serious?
I am serious. So you're going to need to show your work like this. No, I'd already addressed that with first block.
We should have stayed with the other one.
Probably should have. So I got 10i plus 35i squared over negative 25i squared, which is 25. All right, so the top, that's plus 35i squared, which is a minus 35, right? So what can I divide each number by on this one?
5.
So I got 2i minus 7 over 5. Check that for me. Good? All right. All right, so we're good on 5 and 6. Those were really easy and basic. Let's look at number 7. We're going to do 7 for you guys that want to work ahead. Then we'll do 8 and 10. 7, 8, and 10. All right, so look at 7. It's a little different. What's going to be the conjugate or the opposite of the bottom this time? Yeah, you only flip the sign on the 4i. You don't flip the sign on the 6. So it'd be 6 minus 4i and 6 minus 4i. All right, that should be it. Multiply both sides out and get an answer. 7. 3 times 6, I got 18 minus 12i on top. That was pretty quick. Now look at the bottom, guys. The bottom, when you foil this out, you're going to have 6 times 6 is 36 minus, what is wrong with me? Let's start over. All right, 6 times 6 is 36 minus 24i, and I've got a positive 24i, and I got a minus 16i squared. Okay, since we are multiplying by the conjugate on the bottom, the middle will always cancel out. That's how you're getting rid of your I off the bottom. So if you guys want to skip that step, that's fine. I squared makes out a positive 16. 36 plus 16 is 52. Jacob, check that. We good? Jacob, what can I divide each number by on this one? 2, so I got 9 minus 6i over 26. Check that. We good? All right, so 8 should be very similar to what we just did on 7. All right, do 8 next.
You said we're going to 10?
We're going to do 8 and 10. Skip to 9. All right, Matthew, 8. What do I times both sides by? 7 plus 8i, 7 plus 8i. All right, so I got 14 plus 16i. I got 49 and a minus 64i squared. So that's 49 plus 64, right? Final answer, 14 plus 16i. Add these two up on the bottom. 113. That one will not simplify, so you're good. 113, I'm pretty sure that's a prime number. All right, look at that, see if y'all have any questions before we do number 10. 10's a little more difficult, but you guys did all this last year, so this should be pretty familiar to you.
If we did it last year, why would we?
A lot of y'all didn't learn it.
You just asked Coach White about whether he's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find y'all enough to finish out the year, actually. All right, so look at the next one.
Just sit here.
All right, that would be awful, just sitting here every day. I'd rather work.
Well, we can get to know each other.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
we
get all
didn't
of
do
it.
any icebreakers.
We can watch cars again.
Could you really say you know a lot about all of us?
I know all I need to know about that.
I mean, we're playing guess, so.
All right, 10. Harlan, look at it. What's going to be our conjugate on number 10?
You said me.
Yeah, Harlan.
1 minus
Very good. 1 minus I root 3.
I think you're the only one.
I can't even tell if he said hardly or.
Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know if I've ever had another kid named Harlan in 30 years. I think you're the only Harlan I've ever taught.
That's right, original.
Unique.
Right here.
All right, y'all pull out both sides. I'm going to help y'all do this one. This one's a little bit more difficult, so write it down, get to a spot.
You can't pull out the first part.
You can.
You can?
All right, here we go. 2 times 1 is 2. Now, when I multiply these two numbers together, you can only multiply 2 times the I. You cannot multiply 2 times the 3.
It's negative 2.
Right, so it's negative 2I root 3. All right, what comes next? 1 times I is positive 1I root 3. All right, watch this on the end. I got times that and that. So positive I times negative I is negative I squared. What's root 3 times root 3? Root 9, which is just 3. So I've got negative I squared and a 3. And all that cleans up and becomes what? You got a negative next to I squared. Well, look, I squared is negative 1. So really what you've got is a negative times a negative and a 3. All that becomes a plus 3.
That's just the top too.
That's just the top. Now the bottom's easy. So on top we've got 2 plus 3 is 5. Negative 2I plus 1I is a negative 1I root 3. All right, that's the top. I need to do another one like 10. Any question how we got any of those numbers on the top? Now look, on the bottom, guys, you know the middle's going to cancel out, right? So you've got 1 times 1 is 1. The middle cancels. You've got a positive root I and a negative root I. We just did that. So that's negative I squared and a 3. What does all that become?
Just 1 plus 3 is 4.
4.
I marked you absent. I got to fix that. Thank you. So all that becomes 1 plus 3 is 4 on the bottom. Check that. Make sure we're good.
Seems right.
Looks right. All right, so I showed you how to do number 10. Another one like that is number 16. So now you guys do 16 just like we did 10. First thing we got to do is find our conjugates so we can multiply both sides. It's going to be 1 minus I root 3. 1 minus I root 3 there, and 1 minus I root 3 there. All right, on top, 2 times 1 is 2. I got minus 2I root 3 minus 1I root 3. So make sure I'm right here. Negative 2, negative 1. Then I got a positive I squared and a 3, which is just minus 3. Did I mess up? So I've got 2 minus 3 is negative 1 minus 3I root 3. All right, check what I've got on the top. Make sure we're good. Jacob?
Oh, it's messed
That's what I got.
Jacob says we're good. Takaya says we're good.
Leanna says we're
Leanna
good
says
too.
we're good.
Hey, I think I got that. Leanna.
All right, now the bottom should be easy because the middle's going to cancel. 1 times 1 is 1. And then when you times these two right here, it's negative I squared and a 3, which is just plus 3, right? Check that, see if we're good. We are good.
Yeah, I just copied the last one, basically.
Alright, so the other problems we're going to do on the front, we're going to do 13 and 14. That's all we're going to do on the front.
Are we not gonna do the squares?
Show me which one.
Oh, like the last
Nah, we're not doing that.
Okay, I'm so confused.
Alright, 13 and 14.
He said earlier we're just doing 13, and then I know we're doing more. She's over here complaining.
Say we were stopping.
We all get to go outside.
Yeah, you
and
said
have
we
to
were
stay
stopping
indoors.
after 10.
No.
He said we were going to 10 and moving on.
Alright, so let's do 13 and 14. Let's look at 13, a little bit different. Leanna, on 13, what's going to be our conjugate?
Root 5 minus 2i.
Good. Root 5 minus 2i on both sides. Alright, see what y'all get on that. Alright, so 3 times root 5. We can't times those, Matthew, since that's the square root, so we just write 3 root 5. And then 3 times negative 2 is negative 6i. Okay, so that one was easy. Now full out the bottom. You know the middle's going to cancel. All right, Matthew, let's do the bottom. Root 5 times root 5 is just 5, right? I got a minus 2i root 5. I got a plus 2i root 5. I already said y'all can skip that part. And I got minus 4i squared. Oh, don't shut down on me. Boom. All right, so that's what I got on 13. We good? All right, 14 looks kind of tricky. Has anybody tried 14?
I've tried it, but I can't simplify it.
Is it a mess?
I'm simplifying the top of it.
All right, well, let's look at 14. What's going to be our conjugate? It's going to be root 2 minus 2i. Root 2 minus 2i. Root 2 minus 2i. All right, let's try to full the top. The bottom is probably going to be easy. Look at the top. What do I get when I times these two? Yeah, 2 and root 2. All right. What do I get when I times these two? Negative 4i, right? All right, let's keep going. How about these two right here? What do I get? All right, negative I and root 2. And then I got negative I minus 2i squared. That's a positive 2i squared, which is a negative 2. All right, do the bottom. The bottom should be easy. And then we'll look see if we can add up any like terms on the top. That's
Wait,
pretty messy.
hold up,
Go ahead, Leanna.
hold up.
All right.
When you multiply 2 and negative 2i, that would be negative 4i, right?
Yeah, negative 4i squared.
No,
Whoa. All right, hold on. I might have messed up.
Yeah,
2 times this is 2 root 2. That's negative 4i right there. I got it.
okay,
I
yeah.
got it. Is that it? All right, the bottom's going to be 2 minus 4i squared, which is plus 4. The bottom's 6. Check that. Y'all get 6 on the bottom. All right, so what can we combine on top? Do y'all see anything that has like terms? I think this one's a root 2 and this one's a root 2. All right, look, I'm not going to give y'all one like this. This is messy. So if you add those up, you've got 2 minus I in parentheses, root 2. Just bring the minus 4i down, yeah, I'm not giving y'all one like that.
Can we just leave it the other way?
If you want to leave it like that, yeah.
Okay.
Because look, you can't add up 2 minus I. Can't subtract it, can't add it, so I just wrote it that way in parentheses. I just like combined it. All right, so flip it over. All right, 7 should be a piece of cake. That's just full method. Let's look at 8. All right, when you see 8 written this way, 5 divided by 3 plus I, you should write it just like we've been seeing the other problems written on the other side. You should write 5 on top divided by 3 plus I this way. Right? So now, Braden, what would your conjugate be for both sides?
3 minus I.
3 minus I, 3 minus I. All right. Do 7 and 8 and we'll check some of these. Wow. That actually sounds pretty good. Let's check the top. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 3i root 5. Another plus 3i root 5. Unless I messed up, y'all let me know. I got a positive I squared and a 5, which is negative 5. Is that right, Liam?
I'm not sure. I erased my work and wrote on top of it.
All right, so on top, I've got 9 minus 5 is 4, plus 6i root 5. Somebody check that. Kaylin, check that. Tell me if that's good.
That's good.
All right, now the bottom should be much easier because we can skip a lot of it. 3 times 3 is 9. I got a minus I squared and a 5. So that is 9 plus 5. Is that 14?
Yes.
So now, what do I divide everything by here? 2. So final answer should be 2 plus 3i root 5 over 7.
So you said we're skipping 12.
All right, so yeah, we're skipping 12. Now, 11 looks different. I don't know if we've had one like 11. Anybody got a question on 10 before we go to 11? All right, before I erase number 10, Matthew, you got a question? Good. All right, Matthew, look at 11. What is going to be our conjugate on number 11? Negative I root 2. Negative I root 2. All right, try it.
What'd you say?
Let's see what we got. I got negative 4i root 2. And I got positive I squared and a 2. Bottom. Negative I squared and 2. Four I root 2. It's a minus 2. 2. All right. Look at my 11. Are we good, Caleb? But I am going to divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So that would be negative 2i root 2 minus 1 over 1. All right, bathroom break.